Hey guys, welcome back. So let's do a little bit of update of what's going on. Today is day 3.5 on the kiln here with this oak that's in there. Let's take a look at it. Pretty good. It's about what I expected. So we'll be day 4 in about, what time is it, like 7 o'clock, about 5 hours, and then we'll have one more day to go. We're on the right path here. So I've definitely changed up my drying cycle, what I used to do these last 2 years, and it seems to be working out pretty well. So I think I'll continue to do so, whether it's semi-season wood or even wet wood. I do kind of change the drying time on that. When it's super wet, like how it was that 2 cycles ago when we had all that rain, I vented instantly, inducing new air. Yeah, it takes a little longer to get the temps up because you're bringing in cooler air nonstop, but I had to. I mean, I had to just keep wicking away that moisture because it was so high in there. It still gets up to 150 degrees. It just takes a little longer, which is fine, versus if I put in, you know, say semi-season wood, like the wood I'm starting to separate. That's getting split now because there's no way the stuff I'm splitting now is going to be dry and ready to go by even November. I mean, we're almost to the end of August here, so I mean, I got wood everywhere. So but I still have my season wood over here. So the wood that we split now and stack, I've been staging over here, and I'll have rows because this is the wood that I'm gonna let sit for a few weeks, and then it's gonna go straight into the kiln, and it'll just be a revolving cycle. I mean, we'll probably have 4 more rows here today. So, you know, it's all hardwood, but it takes a while. I mean, it gets sun, as you can tell, so and then here's my boiler wood for this winter. It's quite a lot. I know a lot of you will probably say that is a lot of wood for your boiler. Like most people, this would probably be 3-4 years worth, right? I don't even know if that's gonna last me this winter. It's kind of scary to think about, but I mean, when it's really cold out, when I say cold, like 0 degrees or below that, when I'm running, when I'm heating house, hot water, attached garage, this shop, the one next to it, sometimes the snow melt, and then the kiln's usually running. I tried not to have it running all last year, but I think this year I'm going to let it run 24/7. So we'll see. I go through a lot. I mean, I'll go through one of those totes, honestly, and probably it could be a day. I mean, honestly, it could be a day. So here's an example. Hopefully you can see in here. Yeah, I had this pretty full, up to, you know, probably up to the top. So I have some ash logs that are pretty dry, locust, which is not dry, some hard maple, and there's some bigger pieces all the way up to the top. And I had a lot of the locust ones in the back that were decent size. Some I actually ripped in half or quarters, whatever. And I've been kind of overloading it because that stuff it's wet, it's fresh cut. By the time that burns down, all the moisture on the wet wood is out. That tote will last me, well, I can tell you right now, I cut that 2 days ago, and today will be the 2nd day. I didn't throw anything in last night. I just checked. I don't have to throw anything this morning. I probably will midday throw the remaining of that in. So right now that'll give me 3 days. In the winter time, that would have lasted me probably 1.5 days if I'm lucky. So on average, we'll say 2 days out of a tote, and that stuff is all rounds. Some nasty pieces, not like this. This is all kindling, but you know, chunks of wood that's not sellable, right? Goes into a tote and it goes in there. So, but most of that is all rounds from the processor. It's all good wood. you know, just naturally seasoned, which it'll be wet, but semi-dry. When short little pieces like that dry pretty decent. The middle won't be dry, but it's fine. That seems to do okay in there. I gotta throw in a good amount because they're so small, like in the winter time or a couple months from now once we start heating. But I continue to make wood through winter, obviously. I mean, I have another probably 300 cords I want to do before December, which I will. And I'll have another 100 and some totes of boiler wood at least. But by that time, I'll be cycling through it and whatnot, so... what else? The job yesterday went good, as planned. Got that done. Nothing exciting to film, of course. Tell you what, though. Having this grinder is super nice. I mean, you can tell I use it a lot. I don't know why I waited so long to get one. I've had this thing for a few months now, but I need to sharpen this up a little bit or dress it up. But that saves me a lot of time sharpening chains. I mean, processor goes through at least a chain a day, almost 2 chains a day when I process for 6 hours or so. But I sharpen all of my chains to the same. I don't care what the specs of the chain is. I'll change it. I do it. My processor change, my 25-inch bar change, my 3-foot bar, my 41-inch bar, whatever. Till my top handle, I sharpen them all at the same degree, same angle, everything. It is aggressive, but it cuts so nice, so fast. So, yeah, it just works for me. Stay sharper longer too. Yesterday after the job, I processed the remaining of my cherry. So this is all cherry in here. Smells good. We'll get all this stacked. That's at least a cord. That's about what it looks like if I dump. It's probably 2.5 if I dump it in the trailer. So we'll get that stacked today. I'll probably end up ripping up some more of my big wood out back. We'll work on this today too. I mean, look at all this debris. I mean, all this little debris. A lot of kindling in here, but this is what comes off the conveyor into the trailer. So I keep saying it, I just need a disc cleaner. That would take away, you know, I'd say 80 to 90% of the scrap here. You're still gonna get some bigger pieces maybe that you know, make its way through, like, you know, chunks like that, but you take away all that, it makes it a lot easier grabbing wood. So that's why I'll never, with my process right now, split right off the conveyor into a tote, because you would give them all of this, and I wouldn't be happy with that. So one day, hopefully. So typically I'll take the tractor bucket once we get to this point, keep scooping, stack out of the tractor bucket, and then I go dump the debris until you get more into it, and then it's more cleaner wood, you know. Yeah, I can backtrack it down, which I do from time to time, so it works out well. I mean, I got some fresh totes here. What, I got 7 there. I did separate some of my gnarly crooked wood. So out of that, what was it, 40-some, 43 or 44 or whatever it was, cords of wood I had a week ago or so. The only stuff I had to separate were these few logs over here, which surprisingly wasn't bad. Everything else went through the processor. This one, obviously, because it's so big, this oak log here, I could have put that on there, but I choose not to. I could have put these on there, but this is just oak. That's all the oak I had in that whole load. And it's small, so I'll just split that by hand. This knotty, crooked piece, you know, some guys probably would have just rejected this and not even took it, but you got some good wood here, one piece there, and then that'll end up being boiler wood. This log here, yeah, I could have put that on the processor too, but you got a lot of rot in there. That would dull the chain. Yeah, I could have just cut that off, put that through. Good section there. Not so good. Terrible here. Really crooked. That could have went through. Same with this, but sometimes it's, you know, a lot of guys are like, oh, I'll just put it on there and deal with it. Nah, because not only is it the biggest thing for me is how it sits on the live deck. That will always cause a problem with how their logs are stacked, unless you only did one row, but then you're not getting any wood on there. So, and I doubled, if not triple stack it most of the time, and that does not, you're just gonna have, it's gonna slow you down because you're fighting with it. So it makes sense for me to just separate it, cut it by hand, and split it. It just works well. I got a little bit of oak here. Those 5-6 logs that I have will probably finish this tote. Oh yeah, for sure. And then that'll go into the kiln eventually. Orders are definitely coming in. A lot of people want to wait till end of September, mid-October, which is fine. Just put them on the list, separate their wood, or just make sure I have it for when they need it. You know, I've done a couple big deliveries so far, or at least half of the loads. You know, 3 cords here, go back for the 2 in a couple weeks. So it's nice getting some big orders out already. You know, I've done a couple face cords here and there, which is nice. It's still wood going out. It's just, I'd much prefer the bigger orders, but it is what it is. I don't have much cherry this year. Last year I think I had like almost 50 cords of it. This year I only got like 10, which is fine. Once it's gone, it's gone. If I get any more on this next few loads, we'll separate it, you know, do the whole 9 yards. I'll probably start to see more oak coming in now because the oak restrictions are off, so, which is fine, but I'll probably just stockpile all that until I start getting low and just focus on the mixed hardwoods, because that's what sells. That's like 95% of what I sell. Maybe a little less, but you know, they'll take it. If somebody wants to be specific, they want oak, or you know, the smoking customers want cherry or hickory, or the casual burners in their house, their fireplace, they want cherry or something. But home heating is usually oak and then mixed hardwood. Mixed hardwoods primarily. Obviously it's a little less than oak is. So I mean, like when we burned in the house last year, when I shut the boiler down in the fireplace, all I burned was oak, and it definitely, you get a lot of heat out of it, and it just lasts longer. It just does. But mixed hardwood's good. I mean, it's a variety of wood, and it's clean, and it gets the job done. So what else? So I think this weekend I'm just gonna process wood and make boiler wood. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I got a bunch of quotes I gotta do still. I don't know if I have any deliveries for the rest of the week or weekend, which is kind of nice. I just want to keep banging out the wood, and so on and so forth. I mean, that's kind of what I got to do. I'll be swapping out the kiln hopefully tomorrow, as long as the wood checks out, which it should. We're looking good. And like I said, I think I only got 1 or 2 more kiln loads of oak, and then the rest will be the cherry, which is in there, which will be in a week or so. And then I'll be right onto the mixed hardwood, and that's probably what I'm just gonna keep drying that and let my stuff next door just keep seasoning. You know, another 2 months is big if you think about it. If you just let it sit, it's over half of what I have in inventory right now is ready to go. The other stuff was split, you know, a few months ago, but it's all, you know, since I separated all, it's all sugar maple, ironwood, elm. Elm takes a little bit, and if it's not dry, it'll go right into the kiln. But if I let it sit for another 3-4 months, well, it might be okay. I'll check it, you know. I doubt it'll last that long, but you know, that's kind of like right now my bottleneck is the size of my kiln. You know, it's funny. You build this thing 2 years ago and you're like, oh yeah, now I can keep up. No way, not even close. you know. So next year, that's going to be one of my big projects, is a much larger kiln. It'll blow the doors off of that. I'm actually excited to build that because I'll be able to dry 10 times the amount I'm drying now. Actually, probably a little over 10 times the amount. So, and I'm hoping to do it in roughly the same time, if not, you know, 7 days versus 5, just because of how I'm heating it and so on. But I'm gonna upgrade some fans and whatnot. It may cost me a little bit more, but if I can dry over 10 times the amount of wood in almost the same amount of time, it's like a win-win. So I'm excited for that. That'll be probably early spring. And then I'll be able to really keep up with demand. I mean, that's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna have to get different equipment to be able to load it better. So we'll see, stick along for that, but that won't be till spring. For now, I'll just keep what I got. It works well. I think sometimes I may be over dry, but I'd rather it be really dry than not dry enough. So, but like I said, I'm just drying it to get it around 15 to 18% all the wood, you know. Now when I dry oak, I do dry it a little bit drier than that, just because I want it to, oak can be a little pain to get started. I don't care how dry it is. So I'd rather it be a little bit drier. And good thing with oak, at least red oak, it won't reacclimate to the elements. I believe it's red oak. I can't remember. Where like some of this stuff will retake on moisture. It just depends on how long until those cells close, the fibers. Obviously over a year or two it'll harden and then it's fine. But I'm pretty much rambling today, guys, but I wanted to get you a video. Been busy, but I love it. I mean, I love everything about Firewood, to the deliveries. I mean, hell, when I delivered 3 cords the other day, this is a repeat customer for the last like 5-6 years. I delivered to him and his mom. This year they're both getting 5. I was literally there for, I want to say, an hour. We're just chatting about life and wood and fires and the cold and the world, and I pretty much do that with almost everybody that's a Firewood customer, which is good. They're all just good people, so it makes it more rewarding to push hard and push on and grow, and you know, I enjoy everything about it. And I think moving forward, I'm going to work on getting some more commercial contracts to keep me more busy through the year, obviously through the winter, and keep it more steady and not so much, you know, burning season busy. I'd rather be somewhat more busy throughout the year. Not that I'm not, it's just I'd rather build it up a little bit more if I can. Plus that'll push me to produce more, dry more, and just keep the ball rolling kind of deal. Obviously still stock up big time for the winter, because I still can't keep up with demand in the winter time. You know, that wood's going to be like a blink of an eye just gone, and it's good, but it's bad. I mean, I love having inventory. I love being able to not have to say no to anybody because I don't have it or whatever, or you got to wait until it's dry. So it's a good problem to have. It's just I'd rather it be more busy throughout the whole year. And it's not like it's my fault that I haven't got it. I haven't been ready for that, and I'm pretty much ready for it now, I think. But I won't take on a contract if I can't, you know, fulfill it. So, but I will. That's just who I am. So, all right, I'm not sure what I'm going to do today, but I'm going to get some work done. I may or may not film some of it. We'll see what I do. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know how your firewood orders, if you are a producer or if you are a burner of it and you purchase it. Let me know if you've gotten your wood yet, or how many deliveries you've made, and how much wood you're looking to sell this year. I'm curious to see what everybody else does. And then put where you're somewhat located so I have an idea. It's always nice to know a different demographic, where and how much you sell and whatnot. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. But as always, keep burning.